Oakley doke, this is the testing video of a JT Hull Plumber Dorchester Shanks Patent 2-gallon leave-in cistern. This is not a cistern that's going to be put up for sale, this is one that's been restored for a customer. That's the overflow that originally came with the cistern. I'll be refitting the cistern very soon, later this week. That's the chain pull that came with the cistern as well. So the important part is naturally the cistern and testing it, make sure it all works fine. Got a proper fitting for the lever rather than the old nut and bolt it came with. Comes with a split pin as well. This is Armstead Trade metal oxide primer, red metal primer that's been used on the cistern, a new product that I've tried, and I'm really impressed with the outcome of this particular cistern. And the brass has come up really nicely as well, which I'm very happy with. It's 2 coats, but the customer wants me to put a top coat after I've tested the cistern, so just waiting for a response on that. Righto, important part now, let's give it a flush. Super reliable. Now we'll give it a quick pull and let go. Now the system's fully full, let's give it a quick pull and let go. Okay, now for system view. Let's get everything disassembled. As you can see, the system mounts into the back of a wall, but also, where the system also came from, it's also held on by brackets as well, which is a very good idea, I feel. So in order to get these undone, take the split pin out, which has not been bent out into shape. Lift the bell up and then get the bolt out. And it will look like this. And take the lever out, lift it up top, like so. Now this is the customer's train pole, gently put down, like this, like so. So the chain will be polished up. Now I've actually tested the cistern. Like I say, testing the cistern is the important part. Secondary stuff like a chain pull, top coats, and obviously checking for leaks and remedying any leaks is the ideal way to go. Okay, so this is the lid. 2 bolts on the side. There's the top. It's got number 4 stamped in it, which must be the model number for this 2-gallon leave-in. As I make JCSWR versions and other versions where you can sort of put the screw holes like so. And you can even get 2-piece lids for Shanks 2-gallon leave-in cisterns. So righty-ho, inside the cistern we've got a low pressure part on float valve. This is because where this is installed, It's cold water storage fed, and despite being ground floor WC, the original float valve that was in there, being part 4, was incredibly slow to fill up. So you've got to go and follow the old Metropolitan water board rules by making sure you fit a valve which will fill up the cistern within 2 minutes. And this float valve that's fitted here is perfect for the job. New parts, new washer, new seat, good to go for a long time. As you can see, there is a hole engraved in the bell siphon. This is to silence the end of the flush, but also if there's a restriction in the inlet of the WC pan, the flush will eventually break and it will not be continuously flushing, which is a flaw from some of the earlier T-Ventum cast iron cisterns. Rightio, let's give it a go inside. As you can see, the bell drops all the way at the bottom, which does actually hinder the flush, which is why there's always a bit of a gap between, like this. I'll explain a bit more when the system's filled up. Good reliable refill, even on mains pressure, shuts off perfectly. So yes, now comes an interesting point about this particular system. So when some cast iron systems are manufactured, the lever sits on there, it's designed to have a certain amount of overhang, so instead of a bell siphon dropping all the way down, it leaves a bit of a gap like this, instead of dropping all the way down, wearing out the bottom of a cistern, wearing out the bell siphon, etc. This is something that I didn't realise early on with my old cisterns. Yes, let me show you what I mean. So all cast iron cisterns need to have a certain amount of overhang of the bell siphon, so it doesn't drop flat on the bottom of the cistern. Some of the very early cast iron cisterns did actually drop all the way down, but it was discontinued for obvious reasons, as I realised. So yeah, as you can see here, the bell is all the way at the bottom, but when I put the bolt in, which you have to lift up like this, come on. See, it's hanging up like so. And when you do get the system view flush, it flushes as it should do with full power. Where when I had it set up with a cistern and the lever was gone, it was not flushing to full extent. Now interestingly, I did put the original nut and bolt back in there, but it was a smaller size, and the bell siphon was dropping all the way to the bottom of the cistern, and the flush was indeed restricted, and not flushing the way it should have been, which was one of the reasons I got called out to this cistern. Again, I'm not sure, apologies if I'm talking or not making much sense, but I'll write this down in the description and provide a couple of links just so easier time understanding what I have to say. So yeah, I have actually had a few systems, particularly storm ones, where the pivots have indeed worn down the side of the cistern, but the bell siphon and the standpipe was specifically designed to have overhang. So when the bell siphon's dropping all the way at the bottom to the bottom of the cistern, the flush was completely restricted and very poor. And the only way to get around that is to take an inch off the standpipe of the cistern, which is the big pipe which is inside the bell siphon. Take an inch off, lower it down, and then even with a bell siphon dropping all the way to the bottom of the cistern, which was apparently prohibited originally, any form of internal overflow was prohibited in the old water regs. But since 2001, internal overflows are allowed, so I am able to perform this sort of repair to cast iron cisterns, which is very encouraging. So yeah, I didn't get an outcome of that video as it was on site, but I do have a few other examples showing the standpipe repair. So yeah, Baz's cistern works perfectly and is a full pass. No work to the standpipe. It looks like this. Got a top coat to apply, got a chain to do, and that's all I can say. Thank you for watching.